Types of ships chartering, we have the first type, Voyage Charter party, we have time charter, we have Bareboat Charter, and also we have the contract of Affreightment. It's a contract under which a vessel is to load at one or more named ports a particular specified cargo to be carried to a named discharging port or ports. So here the charterer is chartering the ship to transport his cargo from port A, for example, and to be discharged in port B or maybe more than one port. So the ship's owner will get in return, he will get a remuneration. We call it here a freight. So the freight is paid maybe per each metric ton. Maybe it could be also paid by cubic meter for volume cargo or lump sum as agreed, or it could be paid as according to world scale for tankers. For voyage charter party form, the most common type form is Gencon form, which is a general contract for dry cargo. Usually it is well known. Also, it is considered fair for the owner and the charterer as well. And the most recent and recommended form is Gencon 2022. This is how it looks like from the first page. For tanker voyage charter party forms, they include Shell Voyage. This is the most common one produced by Shell. We have BP Voy 5 produced by BP. We have Exxon, we have Mobil, we have Texas Convoy, we have Vela. So all these kind of forms regarding tanker charter party for voyage chartering. This is how it looks like from the first page here in the form or in the contract. We also have some specialized charter party forms for specific cargo. For example, coal and sugar and wheat, we have specific kinds of forms here to suit all this kind of cargo like ore. Regarding laycan, when we agree on the charter party, the ship has to arrive. We agree on specific dates. We call it laycan. For example, if the ship is delayed beyond that agreed days, so the charterer can refuse to accept the ship. We have also the charterer is giving specific time for loading and specific time for discharging. We call it lay time. If the charterer loads or discharges his cargo more than that time, or if he takes more than that time specified in the charter party, he is going to pay penalty, or we call it demurrage here. Also, if, for example, he's giving 5 days to load and discharge, but he loaded and discharged his cargo in 4 days, so the owner should give him dispatch 1 day, of course, if it was agreed in the charter party itself. Let's talk about time charter here. Time charter, from its name, time or period charter is where the charterer takes over the ship, which is services of the ship and her crew for certain period. So the charterer here is chartering the ship for specific period, maybe 5 months, 6 months, or as agreed. So he's chartering here the services of the ship and her crew. So the ship owner still operates the ship. So the operation is still for the ship owner, and he is getting in return the hire. So the hire is paid here every 15 days, every 30 days in advance as agreed in the charter part. So for time charter here, usually the charterer could be importer, exporter who has need, like continuous need of a ship, of a way of transportation. Not only one shipment like voyage charter here. So the situation is different here. The charterer here has continuous need for transportation. So it's better for him to charter a ship as a time charter. So the charterer here has the responsibility of the commercial management. It means he has to decide cargo to be loaded, of course, in accordance with the charter party. Also, ports to be visited as agreed in the charter party. We call this like the commercial management. But the technical management is still for the ship owner. So the owner is still operating the ship. So he is responsible for crewing the ship. He's also responsible for making the ship seaworthy to be for the intended voyage. For the cost and responsibility between owner and the charterer, so the charterer, whilst the ship is on hire, so what is his responsibility? He has to pay hire as agreed, of course. He has to pay for bunker and harbor dues, pilotage, loading and discharging. Any damage to the ship, he is responsible for that damage. We have one important note here. If the charterer fails to employ the ship, he still has to pay hire as agreed. He's responsible for the commercial management. So if he fails to find cargo for the ship, he still has to pay higher as agreed in the charter party. We have some forms here of time charter. We have New York Produce Exchange, NYPE. We have bulk time. So the most common type for dry cargo, which is NYPE 2015, which is more detailed and it's fair for the owner and the charterer. For tanker charter party, we have shell time 4, which is most common, and BP time. This is how it looks like from the first page, the form of NYPE 2015. Also from shell time 4, the first page here. That was time charter. Let's look and define bareboat or demise charter. Regarding bareboat chartering, is the chartering of a ship, a bare ship, which is without crew, without anything on board. That's why we call it bare ship. And of course, the charterer is going to pay the owner the hire as agreed. Usually it is for long period. So demise charterer here takes over management. So he's taking over the management, control, position, and maintenance of the ship and engages his own crew. So the technical management here and the commercial management is for the charterer here. We have one important note here. In time charterer, it is the service of the vessel and her crew which are hired to the charterer rather than the vessel herself. But in bareboat charterer here, the ship is truly delivered to the charterer. So the charterer will assume it's like his own ship. He has to operate the ship. He has from technical management and also commercial management. So he will assume like it's his own ship. So the main feature of bareboat charter here, he can choose the name of the ship. Of course, if it was agreed in the charter party, he can use the flag style of the funnel, he can change the marking, and usually it's for long term. Also some arrangement for the dry docking between the owner and the charterer here, so the owner can ensure that the ship is being properly maintained. Forms include regarding bareboat charter, BareCon 2017. For contract of affreightment, also let's define contract of affreightment. So it's a contract of carriage of a specified type of cargo and quantity of cargo, so covering 2 or several shipments and running over long period. So it is a cargo contract or quantity contract or volume contract. So cargo is the core of the contract here. So it is very essential here. The core of the contract is the cargo, not the ship. So the charterer and the owner, they agree together that a certain amount of cargo to be carried, and they agree on how many shipments, and they have their own schedule on a long term. Forms of contract of affreightment include vol CoA and inter CoA. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.